we are going to look at the whole area around our hips. So grab a chair without wheels, something that you can use to support and balance, and we are going to get you moving. So for now, just standing, feet just in line with the center of your hips, and we'll just start with the breath in and exhale out. Good. And again, inhale up and exhale out. And one more time, breath in to lift and exhale out. Good. So just putting your hand lightly on the chair, I'm just going to have you start to move through one leg. So this one is about moving our hips, finding stability in the core, strengthening your legs to help you balance and move better. So here we're just feeling the hip as you stand tall through your standing leg. I call it ground center align, where you're pushing down into your standing foot and lifting up through your spine. And then just swinging the leg forward and back. Just make it nice and easy. And what I want you to notice here, as my leg goes back, I'm letting my body tip forward a little bit so that I don't hyperextend through my low back. Also notice in my standing leg how I'm letting my hip and knee and ankle respond. So I'm not holding that leg stiff, just finding that movement. Good, let's do the other side. So we take it back and forth. Notice naturally I started swinging my opposite arm, moving when my leg goes back, my arm goes forward. Good. Finding your rhythm right there. Good. And then we'll bring it in and we'll just lift the hip and a little off to the side and lift and a little off to the side. So feeling some strengthening work on your standing leg and mobility in through your hip. Good. And then just sort of shake that out a little bit. So you can use the chair or not use the chair, but the important thing is that you stay safe and in balance. Good. All right, so we're just going to shake it out a little bit. I always like to do a little shake out before we get going, get things moving in the body. Good. And then back to center. Awesome. So we can either turn and face the chair or you can stay forward. I'm going to go sideways just so you can see my alignment. And I'm just going to rise up to my toes and back down and lift and down. Now we have to go forward to get up on the toes, but I want you to think more about going up. So you get that sense of lifting from your abdomen and lengthening through your spine. You can play with just hovering your hands over the chair. If your balance is feeling solid, you can take your arms and lengthen the lever, or you can even just move them around. Another piece to challenge balance would be to move your eyes or your head and look in other directions. And turn and turn. Good. Bring the hands down for this start one, and we'll go into what we call running or prancing on our reformer. And same thing, it's not just about that moving through the feet, it's keeping the lift through your tummy, the lift and energy through your spine, out through the crown of your head. Now focusing now on the roll of the foot. So I'm not just going up and down, I'm really looking at getting that articulation, stretching out through the forefoot, stretching out through the toes. Good, and getting that motion all the way through the feet and the ankles. And we'll just go 4 more. Nice steady breath in. That's it. And nice steady breath out. Good. All right, so we can step back a little bit. You're going to take the feet about as wide as your mat. Your knees are bent. And we're just going to stretch the shoulders down. Notice at the same time I'm bending my knees, flexing the hips, and then scoop and round up. Good. From the top of your head, dive forward, stretching through the chest, letting the knees bend, sits bones lengthen back, and then round up. Let's do this one more time. So this is another great one for office breaks. If you've been sitting a lot, to get up and move, it's nice and easy that way. Good. Okay. So when we sit on a chair, this is very functional hip work, we'll say. We want to get the hips moving first. So whenever you squat, it's always the hips. So I'm going to have you do just as I'm doing, and that is place your hands right at the front of the hip. And the hip joint is, we're making the hip joint being where the fold happens in the front of the hip. Keeping your eyes forward and your back straight, you're just going to pitch your sits bones back. Notice as soon as I do that, my knees bend. But we want to initiate the movement from the hips. So sit the hips back, keeping your chest up and eyes forward. Notice as I pitch my hips back, my spine stays long, but I'm getting a little bit of extension in the low back, in the lumbar spine. That is natural, that is functional. So we want to keep chest up, back strong, and all you're doing is pitching the hips back. Now, what you also want to check for is that your feet and knees are staying pointed straight ahead. In other words, when you do this, you're not letting the knees collapse in. Hips go back, knees go forward, and you're pressing down into your whole foot. So we go again. If you've got that motion at the hips, then you can certainly take your arms forward to counterbalance a little bit here. And then you might notice, as just happened to me, is that you're just naturally increasing the range of motion. Now, I don't want you to sit. I just want you to tap. If you're getting to the chair, just tap the back of your thighs on the chair. Press into your feet, lift from your abdominals, and come back up. You are fully in charge of your range, but at some point your brain knows that you're safe because there is a chair there. So if you have a nervousness around squatting that maybe your legs won't support you, you don't have the strength to get back up, doing this on the edge of a bed or on a chair is perfect because at some level your brain knows you're safe, and when we move with confidence, we move a lot different than when we move without confidence. All right, so now we are going to sit all the way down. So we're going to hinge, 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 sit, and here we are. So now getting up from the chair. What I often see from a lot of people is this almost like heave-ho, using the momentum of the upper body falling forward, but we want to use our core and our legs and our feet. So taking your hands out in front, you're just going to practice shifting forward and pushing into your feet and then sit back down. And again, arms go forward, there's a little hinge, but I want you to push all of your feet, your toes, your forefoot and heels into the ground. Just de-weight a little bit and come back. So you're feeling the activation of the legs. And again, we pitch forward just enough. Notice where the motion's coming from in my hip. And I just want to de-weight a little bit and come back up. Now, we're going to stand all the way up. If you have any concerns about getting up safely, then put your hands on the side of the chair. You pitch forward, you want to feel your feet, feel your thighs engage, make sure your toes stay down. So one of the things that will happen if we have nervousness around the strength of our legs to get us up is that we lift the toes and we kind of topple forward. So I want you to really pay attention that your toes are staying down, and you can use your hands on the side where you pitch forward, feel your feet, push into your feet, tighten your tummy, and now you stand all the way up. So your hands are there to help you if you need it. Bring your arms in front, pitch at the hips, sits bones go back, chest stays up, knees stay pointed straight ahead. Hands can be at the side or at the front. I'll demonstrate this one more time. You're simply getting your body weight over your feet. That's all we're doing. Make sure your toes and heels stay down. Press into your feet. Lift from your abdominals. So using your torso to help carry you up. And then we sit down again. Again, noticing those toes. I bet some of them are rising. You tell them to stay down. Use your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Press through. So exhale on effort. Pitch at the hips, tap, and sit. Let's do two more. Arms come forward or they stay down. Just simply get your weight over the feet, not further. Push down into your toes, forefoot and heel. Use your core and the strength of your legs to stand. And then same thing, pitch at the hip, chest up, eyes forward, and down. Nice work. All right, so you can turn and face me. We're just going to bring this leg in front and this leg back a little so we get a bit of a hip opening. You can put your hand on the part of the seat here. This arm comes overhead and just a little side stretch over and come up. So not only are we opening this hip and thigh, we're also getting a nice opening in the side of your body. And come back. Breathing in, take it over. And breathing out, come back. One more time. Breathing in and come over and bring it back. Turn and face the other way. You can always add more repetitions to this, but you know, we can get a lot done in a short period of time. What's most important is that you're building up the consistency of moving your body regularly throughout the day. So if you have a busy day, lots of work to do, then adding in little just 10-minute moving routines into each hour, that in itself is going to build, and you'll notice that you'll end up having more strength and resiliency as we go. And then we bring it all the way back. Good. Turn and face forward. We're going to bring your right ankle up and place your ankle over your thigh. We want to keep this foot flexed, sitting tall. I'm going to place my hand on the thigh and knee, sitting up straight. That's really important. I'm going to press the knee down till I feel some stretch in this hip, and then I'm just going to hinge forward, keeping my back straight, shoulders down and back. We want to feel some sensation happening in this hip, in your right hip. Take a breath in, chest up. Use your arms to assist in keeping the energy through your torso. Take a breath. Good. Relax your shoulders while you lift your chest up and then come back. Take this leg in front. Again, I'm on the edge of my seat. You want to make sure the chair is on solid surface, and we're just going to hinge, keeping the back straight. Foot is flexed right here. Take a breath in and exhale, coming up. Good. Now bring the same leg up, clasp your fingers, lift your chest, and use your arms to activate your back and just circle your foot. Good. Back strong, chest tall. And then circle your foot the other way. Keep your breath flowing in through your nose, out through your mouth, and then we'll switch sides. So we're going to take the other foot up. You're going to flex this foot. It just helps to stabilize the lower leg bones over the knee. Back is straight. I'm going to press this thigh down till I feel some activation in my hip, and then keeping my back long. If I'm looking for more, we just hinge forward a little bit. Good. You want to be able to breathe. If you're not breathing, then you know that there's somewhere the alignment is out or your body is resisting. So you want to ease up, find your alignment, and then just go into the motion. Yes, we never want to force anything. Force anything doesn't work. Fantastic. Then we take this leg in front. Your foot is flexed. Want to think about your sits bones sending back as your chest goes up and forward. You're flexing your feet, drawing your toes towards your knee. Back is long. Take a breath in. Sits bones reaching back. It's like you've got this magnetic pull, like drawing the two ends of an elastic band further and apart from your heel to your sits bones, reaching in opposite directions. We sit up, place your hands against your shin, bring some energy into your back by using your arms, and go ahead and circle, thinking as you breathe that piece of shoulders down, abdominals in, and then you can circle the other way. Nice steady breath, inhale and exhale. Good, and then bring it down. Now you can take your hands and place them at the back of the seat, or if that's not convenient, somewhere on the chair behind you will work as well. Now we want to keep your abdominals engaged because we really just want to open your chest. So allowing your sternum to draw forward away from your hands as you bring your shoulders back. Now your lower abdominals are engaged to help support your lumbar spine, and your neck and shoulders are easy. And then just relax and let your body round down. And then again, lifting your chest up and away as you broaden through your collarbone, reaching the shoulders back. Breath in on expansion, and then round. One more time. Open your chest and reach with the breath. And exhale. Good. So there is a quick office break for you. And if you feel like, I want to get up and going, and I know I have a lot of clients who don't have room to get down on the floor and exercise, this is a great prop. Who knew, right? A chair was an extra piece of exercise equipment. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.